Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Monday, the 7th day of August. Today is Purple Heart Day, and hats off to all of the Purple Heart recipients and their families. National Raspberries and Cream Day. Oh, that is so good. You ever have raspberries and cream?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's good. National Sea Serpent Day today, and National Lighthouse Day today. All of those things happening. And I'm excited to visit with this young man. Super talented individual. He's got so many projects going on right now. We're going to talk about 3 of them. His name is Khalil Everage. Busy dude. He's on Cobra Kai. He's been on there, I believe, since season 2.
Great show.
A great show. And he's one of the kids on that show. He's also in a new film that recently came out. It's called The Crusades. We had Nicholas Turturro on the program talking about that a while back as well. And I've got a link to the trailer and the movie in the show notes for that. Oh, I also have a link to Cobra Kai in the show notes. And then he also has a new movie on Peacock, and it is called Shooting Stars. And this is the true story about LeBron James in high school and the people that were with him, and how he became who he became. And he plays one of his friends. And again, all of these things I've got links to in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A recent poll found that for Americans, their number one dream car from the movies is the Aston Martin DB5 from the James Bond series, while owning 007's ride will more than likely remain a dream for many of us. When asked which features would you like to make more attainable in your dream car, technology was the number one answer. 26% said that. Another significant factor influencing their dream car preference, according to this study of 2,000 adults. Performance, 25%. Safety features, 25%. Reliability, 23%. Emotional appeal, 20%. In order, 31% expressed a strong preference for electric engines, beating out gas engines, and then hybrid alternatives. Climate control, 30%. Leather or premium upholstery, and built-in navigation. They ranked as the top 3 must-have comforts. Climate control, nice seats, and built-in navigation. So... What would you say is your dream car? Do you have one?
I want the red, I always thought it was a Rolls Royce, and I always get it mixed up, but it's the red Ford that was on the movie Arthur when he was going to the engagement party.
That's right. I looked it up because I wanted to see what it was so I could go buy you one. Then I was like, oh, I don't have $900,000.
I cannot afford that.
All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know everybody's enjoying a meal here and there with their family, but have you ever noticed the noise level gets a little bit louder as people are trying to be heard? This phenomenon is known as the Lombard effect. It caught the attention of researchers who were exploring ways to disrupt this cycle and create more pleasant dining experience. Suggestions from the American University scientists who looked into the phenomenon include understanding the acoustics of a space during design, strategically altering walls to minimize the noise amplification. Technology could also be employed in the form of small, like smart earbuds, which would help individuals focus on a single speaker. Well, that would be weird. But the most effective method of combating ever-increasing sound levels in a gathering of people was just people should learn to lower their voices and enjoy a quiet conversation. So, yeah, let's try that one. Do you think that happens when we all get together with people? I'm loud all the time. So
you are loud all the time.
Help
and
it.
I get very loud after a few cocktails.
Even when I whisper, they hear me like 2 rooms over. I'm like, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. We don't know everything. But now we know this. Now, Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Paramount Pictures and Nickelodeon are developing a sequel to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and they're planning a Season 2 series that will serve as a bridge between the films. The Tales of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will appear on Paramount Plus. So there's some turtle power coming back.
I
Heidi.
cannot believe that's still a thing. I really can't. That's
these days,
crazy.
Barbie is everything and is everywhere, but Greta Gerwig says that she's kind of thinking it's going to be a standalone movie. They're talking about, do we do a sequel or what are we doing? And she continued saying she wouldn't want to squash anybody else's dream, but at this moment, I'm totally at zero as far as the likelihood of doing a sequel. And Blake Lively went to the extreme length to make her 2022 Met Gala dress look perfect while on display in Kensington Place. The Gossip Girl actress jumped over a rope to make some adjustments to the Crown Couture exhibition. She shared a clip on her Instagram story. So apparently they had the gown, but it wasn't quite the way it was supposed to be. So when she got there, she went over and adjusted it to make it look just right.
Alrighty.
There you go. Thanks, Blake. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. NCAA has fined University of Tennessee football program $8 million for recruiting violations.
Ooh.
The fine is $8 million. Now, this is like a week ago, so a lot of folks have probably, anybody that cares already knows about this, but that just sounds like a lot of money.
Intense.
Does that seem like a big fine?
Well, I'm sure there's a reason for it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that sounds like a lot of money to me. So I don't know, $8 million. That's more than a lot of people make in a lifetime. So that's just one fine. And this year's convention for the American Veterinary Medical Association was turned into a free clinic to care for the pets of homeless people in the Denver area. Is that a cool idea?
That's pretty cool.
In partnership with Street Dog Coalition and other sponsors, the event held recently allowed anyone to bring an animal to receive free health checks, vaccinations, and essential supplies to take home. I love this idea.
I do too. That's pretty great.
A spokesperson said people experiencing homelessness have incredibly strong bonds with their pets who
Absolutely.
provide companionship and purpose and unconditional love. By providing free care, we hope to help preserve, protect, and strengthen those bonds.
That's a wonderful idea.
Research, by the way, has shown that social isolation is as deadly to humans as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, and a companion animal can almost entirely alleviate those effects.
Isn't that great?
That
Animals
is-
are awesome.
Yeah. I think that's cool. And if they're going to have a big clinic or a big convention anyway, going to have a whole pile of veterinarians getting together.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing that they're going, hey, if you want to help while you're here, we're going to do this thing. I would do that if I had any discernible talent of any kind. I mean, I would. Wouldn't you?
Absolutely,
Like, if I'm
would.
going to an event of some kind and there's something we could actually do to help people,
You
I would
bet.
do it in a second. So I love that. Thank you for doing that. It's really, really neat. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday. Khalil Everage is our guest today. He is one of the busiest people I've ever talked to. He's got Cobra Kai, which has been a huge, huge series. For those of you not familiar, there was a movie back in the 80s called Karate Kid, and then there were several spin-off movies from that. Well, this is an actual series based today with a lot of the same people that were in it back in the 80s and 90s, and then a bunch of fresh faces as well. So he's got that, which that on its own is huge. He also has a movie, The Crusades, that came out just recently. That's huge. And he's got another movie called Shooting Stars, and that is the origin story, like where LeBron James came from. It's a true story that is kind of his upbringing. And we've got Khalil on the line right now. Khalil, you're like the busiest guy in Hollywood.
I've been pretty busy. it might look like I'm more busy than I really am, but I've been busy enough, yes.
Where do we even start? Let's start with Cobra Kai. Now, you were a part of Cobra Kai, and that movie, or that TV show rather, has been a huge success based on, of course, Karate Kid movies. When you got the call to be a part of that, was it already a huge success?
So I jumped in on season 2 of Cobra Kai, and that was back in before it had transitioned to Netflix. So it wasn't that popular of a show. It was popular, but once it switched over to Netflix on season 3, it turned to a whole different ball game. But yeah, I was super happy. I was surprised that I just started. I just got a new manager. I just started really getting involved with the actor stuff. So I was super surprised. Took back after getting that.
You've done a phenomenal job on there. And what an amazing concept for a TV show. They take a movie series that was huge back in the 80s and 90s, and then they bring back a lot of familiar faces, but then a bunch of fresh faces as well. I think it was just brilliant, and you've done a wonderful job.
No, facts. 100%.
Now let's talk about Crusade. That film just recently came out. We had Nicholas Turturro on the program like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, to chat about his role in that. But let's talk about the movie, and tell me a little bit about your character and what you get to do in this new film.
I play a high schooler. The movie is about 3 high schoolers that were best friends. They go to all boys high school, so you can already imagine how crazy the things that go on in all boys high school is. But yeah, my character, he struggles with, creating time for, his friends and his girlfriend at the same time. I'm a lover in real life. I'm a lover boy in real life, so it's kind of easy to play a lover boy in the movie. So.
And that film is out now. It's doing really well. I'll throw a link to the trailer and make it easy for folks to find that film. Now, you've got a third project. Like I said, busy guy, Shooting Stars, based on a true story. Tell me a little bit about Shooting Stars.
Yeah, Shooting Stars is the origin story of LeBron James. Is about him in his high school years before he made it to the NBA. So I play one of his best friends from high school.
And the character you're playing in Shooting Stars is based on a real person. Did you get a chance to meet the real person who you're playing in the film?
Yes, sir. Of course I did. His name is Shihan Khan. Amazing dude.
So what was that like, knowing that you get to represent them on the big screen and you get to kind of be them? Is that kind of a weird meeting right there?
Nerve-wracking at first, but, because we don't want to mess that up. Especially it's just part of the LeBron James story. Like, you don't want to mess that up. So definitely nerve-wracking at first. I want to make sure he thinks I'm cool enough to play him. Thinks I'm cool enough as a person to play him. But as time went on, I figured out he was just a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? And all 5 of them that were on the team, they were just normal black kids like me back then. So.
And that program is called Shooting Stars. And where can people find Shooting Stars if they want to watch that?
It came out June 2nd on Peacock. You can watch it. On Peacock.
Very nice. So they can watch you on Netflix on the one, and this one's on Peacock. You're everywhere.
Yes, sir.
So what's next for you? Do you have like 97 other projects lined up, or do you get to finally take a little breather and take a break and relax a little bit?
The writer's strike is going on right now, so I'm being forced to have a break. I work 24/7 if I could. But we working on the last season of Cobra Kai. Looking forward to finishing that and for everybody to see that.
We are looking forward to that, and I'll keep my eyes peeled for other fun projects that you're in as well. Anytime you've got something fun you're working on, be sure to reach out. We'd love to chat again.
All right, bet. Appreciate you for having me, man.
Absolutely. I've got a link to all those projects in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The world has been at peace only 8% of the time over the last 3,500 years.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Even 8% sounds like a big number to me, so I'm glad that it's at least that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The inventor of revolving doors did so because he hated opening doors for women. So he's like, I'm done with this.
Seriously?
Yeah. He's like, I'm not holding a door. Sorry, this one spins. You catch it yourself. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
Jeez, what's that, John?
Hershey's Kisses are named that because they kiss the chocolate factory conveyor belt.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, a little... Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Chimpanzees and gorillas and koalas all have human-like fingerprints. That's pretty cool. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Liars blink less frequently than normal during a lie, and then they speed up around 8 times faster after the lie. So if you're talking to somebody and they're not blinking much, and then afterwards they blink a whole lot, that means that they were just lying to you. So I'm going to ask Heidi some questions right now. I'm just kidding. I'm not really. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. 20% of us do this at work at least twice a week, and no one ever knows about it. What is it? Twice a week, at least, they do this. People don't catch on. Show up late. 20% of us show up late twice a week. Yeah, I never do that. I'm always on time.
You're always on time.
Punctuality is
yes,
important to me.
Yes, you are.
You making fun of me over there? All right, Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Burger King in Thailand is at it again after making a huge splash earlier this month. It was actually last month, talking about the real cheeseburger, a bun with 20 slices of cheese, no meat.
Yep.
Now they've done the exact opposite. Say hello to the real meat burger. It's 3 patties on a bun. That's it. No pickles, no onions, no lettuce, nothing. Just 3 patties and a bun. And if 3 plain patties aren't enough, you can get more. They've allowed you to put up to 100 patties on a burger, and somebody did that. That was $291 US. A blogger posted a video of him ordering the 100 patty sandwich. 3 burgers, by the way, is $10. So, I don't know. I think they're just looking for ways to get in the news.
They can't seem to make up their mind.
No, it's like, we want more meat. Now we want no meat. Now we want some meat. 100 burger patties.
That's insane.
That's just, that's just for fun. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Things that people think are the same, but they're not. Part 11. Sunscreen and sunblock. Did you think those were the same?
Sunscreen only blocks some of the sun. Sunblock is supposed to block it all, right?
Well, not quite. Sunscreen is a chemical defense that penetrates the skin to absorb UV rays. Sunblock is a physical barrier. Oh. Sunscreen has ingredients like abovimazimher and parahizimher, while sunblock uses zinc oxide or titanium oxide. By the way, I know I got all of that wrong as far as the whatever I was saying there, because I don't even know how to say it. And 2 other things. We're not quite done. I think we're going to finish tomorrow with things people think are the same, but they're not. Bigfoot and Yeti. Main difference is their location.
Okay.
Sasquatch or Bigfoot is a mythical creature. They say mythical. I'm putting quotes around that.
Yeah, you are definitely
who lives in the
believer.
Pacific Northwest of North America. Yeti, though, is native to the Himalayas in Asia. So, and if you want to talk sometime about whether or not you think Bigfoot is real, let's chat about it. I have a great conversation about that with people all the time, so it's fun. The List, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote of the day from today is from Oscar Wilde. What did I say? You know what I said. Oscar Wilde said all these words. He said, "Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much." I love that.
Yes,
I agree with that.
you do. You practice that.
Oh, I do all the
time.
I've had people burn me in a big, big way, and then the very first thing I do is go out of my way to be nice to them because it's the right thing to do. And then Heidi's like, "You
always do the right thing."
She's like,
because it's the right thing to do.
Hey, I've heard that quote before too. That's my quote. But I've done that, and Heidi says, "You just do that because it annoys them." I'm like, "No, I do it because it's the right thing to do." So, and it's just a fun little side effect that it annoys them. All right, quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way, courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. All right, take a listen to this. A blind woman asked for help and was told, "That's not my job." So a police officer stepped up and helped. A commuter witnessed a New Jersey Transit police officer going above and beyond the call of duty to assist a blind woman in need. The commuter told transit police that the blind woman asked an employee from a different agency for help and was turned down. The person said, "That's not my job." But that is when an officer, Sean Gallagher, walked over and assisted the woman. Gallagher said, "I walked over and asked her, 'What's wrong? How can I help you?' And I immediately noticed her eyes were closed." The woman told him, "I need assistance getting food and coffee. I'm feeling faint." So he had her grab him by the arm, and the two of them
I cannot even imagine telling somebody, "That's not my job," and just leaving them like that.
I remember asking for directions at an airport one time, not too far from where this story is coming from. There was a person wearing a uniform from the airport, and I said, "Hey, you have a second? I have a question." And they said, "Nope," and they just kept walking. I was like, "Okay, welcome to," I'm not going to say which town, but they're known for being rude. We'll just say that. This happened in New Jersey, the transit police, and this story that I just had was also in New Jersey. But the Gallagher officer here walked her through and helped her get food and helped her get coffee. Says, "We share this act of kindness as a great reminder. Even a small gesture can make a positive difference in somebody's day." And I think it's wonderful that they weren't the ones like pushing this. Somebody watched this happen. They snapped a photo and they followed them and snapped another photo of them walking because they just thought, "This is amazing."
Well,
after I just saw this person say, "Not my job."
So amazing. I mean, this is just common sense to me.
I agree completely.
But we also grew up in a different area, and
again, we were both raised in a place where, in different places, but in a place where neighbors help neighbors.
Yeah,
I think that it would be great if it was still like that everywhere. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. I've got a link to that story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.